What can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose gold in my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. I got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the said, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow it back. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
Yay! What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So happy to see everybody. I'm your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we're taking about a 2-hour-long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is football. I'm a little down right now, but we're going to get over this. I lost a little bit of money last night, but I got my lovely co-host over here. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's diehard. Mona, what's good?
Just glad to be here.
Look at you.
Oh, got my new camera.
Fancy schmancy. Fancy schmancy.
Don't you love my background? Don't you just love it?
I love it. I love it. So happy to see you. Got the new camera, the new computer. We're doing big things here. I had to get new lights. Mine's caught on fire. I used it so much. So, we get some new things. Oh, no, they literally caught my lamp caught on fire.
We were live, actually. I think we were live when it happened.
Yeah, so I had to get some new lights because they're like 5 years old. I be telling y'all this podcast stuff is not cheap. How many laptops you been through, Mona, or desktops?
Well, the last new one I had was back when Yahoo Chat was a huge thing.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as Yahoo Chat. That was my last brand new one. This is my newest one, and Gary's jealous of it.
And then
it's a gaming computer that will never. I play World of Tanks, and that's the only game I play. So
This is my second laptop. My well, it still works, but I was like, I'm gonna get me. Sometimes you just get used to stuff. You don't want to have to break new stuff. And I'm gonna get me a new laptop. I'm gonna break down and get me a new laptop. So,
hey Robert, good to see you.
Welcome to the show, everybody. If you are a football fan and you enjoy talking football, we had a very eventful week. I lost some money, but I'm still okay though.
Well, you didn't really lose money. Now you're out of $700.
Yeah,
Listen, the last
I didn't have it, but it was like I was so close, Mona. Like
the last 3 years, I have tried to tell you, do not take that team. Do not pick this team. And in chat and text, when you were in coffee talk and you were talking about taking the Eagles, I said, Marcus, find a different team, please.
I had already put my pick because for the Thursday games, you got to let them know ahead of time.
I understand that, but you could have went and switched it prior to the game.
You have to put they have it where you have to put it in that morning. So I had just put in my pick, and I was like, it was just something like
and
when
you didn't know Jalen Carter was out either.
I didn't know Jalen Carter was out. See, that's the thing. It's not like picks. You got to kind of know it's up to game time, so it's all good. I got down to we started off with 35. We started off
at
with
least an hour before the game. You should be able to change your survival pick, especially because you pay what $50 to get into the survivor league.
It's 25, and we had 35 people.
36. You had 36 people.
36.
Yes.
See, Mona be knowing more of this stuff than I do.
I was paying attention because I was every time a team would lose that was on that list,
you counting. You lost 5 people today. Marcus, you lost 5 people today.
Last weekend I said, Marcus, y'all lost 6 people this weekend.
Yeah. So it's all good. I mean, we started off with 36. I was one of the last 10. So whoever wins, congratulations to you.
Yeah, I tagged a bunch of people, but I'm not seeing anybody. I'm gonna tag a few more people.
Okay.
And
Robert Leader, I know some of the people. Like I know some of the people, they aren't actually in on the YouTube page. Melissa said she can't access her YouTube, so she has to watch it later on. By the way, deepest condolences to Melissa. She lost her nephew, and they had the services today. So Melissa, we're thinking about you. Appreciate you.
Yes, we are.
Chatted with her today, but we're going to get this party started. So y'all can watch it later on. We're starting a little bit late already, so we want to get this information out to you. A very eventful week with things that happened, a bunch of surprises and stuff. And look, we can sit up here and we can guesstimate and make predictions and all of that stuff. Here's the bottom line. All this.
I just sent you the YouTube link. Maybe you could I just sent you a messenger. Maybe share it to Dwayne and Dalton and all them guys, or share it on your page. I've lost access to our page, and I got to figure out how to get that back. But I will eventually.
I'm going to copy this right now.
I've got it shared in our group, and I tagged everybody, but for some reason, everybody's not getting.
I know, like Melissa, she's at services and with her family, right. And she let me know. She was like, "Look, I will watch it. I just, I'm over here at services today." So, thoughts and prayers to Melissa, friend of the show.
And her family.
And her family. Lost a good young man that was coming up and about to go in the military and just, gone way too soon. But Mona, let's get this party started. Okay. Hopefully everybody jumps here. I talked to Dre right before I went live. He was going to go DJ. So he's like, I'll be poking my head in and out. So once again, a very eventful weekend. Very just a lot of stuff. And look, we can make all the predictions we want. Was there anybody who had New England beating Buffalo? Was there anybody that
I
had
picked the Bills to win, so that was one of my losses. But I was okay with that. It was a hell of a game. It was a game.
Did you pick the Broncos to beat the Eagles?
No, I didn't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and then see in the
didn't
Pick'ems
take
league
the time last night to beat the Eagles either. So
yeah, it was like I think it was like see the thing with the Pick'ems league when you're doing your picks, it has up there's like all of the picks that go in. It's like 90% of the country's picking this team, so it's like their favor. And then you look at the Vegas odds, it's like +3 or whatever. I don't think anybody picked the Eagles to lose that game. I don't think anybody had the Patriots besides maybe some diehard Patriots fans. And I think Melissa said, I think my Broncos are going to win, but she's a Broncos fan. So
right.
I will say this though, Dwayne Woodley did say he goes, I'm picking the upset. Dwayne Woodley did do it.
Yes.
He told me, he goes, I'm telling you right now, I just see this game. And so look, so we'll see. Let's check out some of these scores here. We hit
we'll go to the Thursday night recap of week 5, and that was our 49ers and Rams. I think the majority of the people actually took the Rams the way the Rams have been playing. I took the Rams. I really didn't. As much as I love Mac Jones, and you know this, I was misinformed and told that Mac Jones was hurt and wasn't playing. So, of course, I took the Rams.
Yeah, well, and then when you look at all of the things they were missing too, missing Kittle, missing Ayuk, missing Jawan Jennings, missing, a lot of their players.
What Mac Jones did the week before.
Yeah, well, I think Purdy played. Purdy played the week before. He re-injured himself. So Mac Jones, and look, all of the injuries that they had, Ricky Pearsall, their former first round pick, Kittle, and all these other guys.
Yeah.
This also goes to show who you play with matters. And y'all always hear me say that, and they laugh about it or whatever.
I feel like Mac Jones is eking out some money and a contract for some of these quarterback-starved football teams.
Yes.
Listen,
he's not as bad as people say.
He had nothing in New England. He had no weapons.
Yep.
He had no offensive line. The defense was starting to decline.
Yep.
That's something that basically Belichick, he was a defensive-minded coach who had a Tom Brady who was the field general for years. But Belichick always had a good defense.
Yeah.
But his defense was aging. The defense was aging. And quite frankly, he didn't have any weapon. And I don't know if Belichick ever drafted a good wide receiver.
He didn't. Now, look, I know a lot of people will bring up Randy Moss. People will bring up Randy Moss. They didn't draft him. He didn't. That's what I'm saying. So, Mac Jones, you see some of the things that made him into a first-round pick, and we're also starting to see. Look, I've been very critical of Kyle Shanahan, but we have to give credit to. Look, when you're messing up. We don't play favorites here. We will light you up.
I still feel that he's the blame for the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl loss
and the 28-3
loss. You run the ball for the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, you quit running the ball, which is what got you there.
Yes, totally. So, and he was the offensive coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator for the 28-3 Atlanta Falcons Patriots Super Bowl too. Let's not forget that. But we also have to give him credit. We give criticism, but we also give credit. He's made very average quarterbacks, Jimmy G. I don't think Brock Purdy is anything special. As a matter of fact, Mac Jones kind of reminds me of a little bit better of a Purdy. He's not.
I think Mac Jones is better than Purdy.
And here's
myself.
the thing, Mona. And here's the thing. They could have had Mac Jones. They drafted Trey Lance. They drafted Trey Lance at number 3. And we did, Mona, we did a draft show. Me and you were like looking at each other like, what the hell are the 49ers doing? We looked at each other like, what the actual hell are they doing with Trey Lance? You know, so look, Mac Jones had an incredible game. Kendrick Bourne, another former Patriot.
I would have taken the 49ers if I knew Mac Jones was playing.
So look, the Rams, I think the Rams are still going to be okay. Now, Kyren Williams had a very terrible fumble. You know, you can't fumble the ball inside the 5-yard line. You just can't do that. That changed everything. But the other thing we got to say, too, is we got to start talking about Puka Nacua amongst the elite wide receivers in the game. I think he's leading the league in receiving. I believe so. I think for the past couple of weeks. And what Matthew Stafford is doing right now, he is playing at a whole nother level. He is playing at I think between him, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, MVP type level seasons that they're having right now. But it's a divisional game. It's an NFC West game. Two familiar opponents. I don't think this is the end for the Rams. Although the Rams have had a couple of really bad losses, close losses. You know, they lost last week to the Eagles, where Jordan Davis blocks and outruns everybody. They've had those kind of losses, but I still think that when all is said and done and all the dust settles, I think they'll be there. NFC championship type thing, divisional round. So great game, very entertaining game. And it's just nice to see Mac Jones. Mac Jones, he's a good dude,
Yes.
And to see him have some success.
He played at, Bama.
Yeah, so I'm happy. I was very happy for him, because a lot of people kind of, wrote him off. So we had the London game this past weekend, and here, look, the Vikings have played 2 weeks in a row overseas. 2 weeks ago, they were playing your Steelers in Dublin, Ireland, and then last week they were in London.
Honestly, I think a lot of that could have been being tired, but we have to stop and say Gabriel had a really good game.
He didn't embarrass himself. Now look, I said this on Coffee Talk Morning. I don't know if you saw this. Look, even if you are rooting for Shedeur Sanders, I personally, this is just my opinion. I'm
not. So
okay. Even if you're rooting for Shedeur Sanders, I personally think Shedeur Sanders is better than Dillon Gabriel. I think he's a taller athlete. I think he's just a better athlete. And I think he's going to get his chance.
I think he's a better athlete. I don't think he's a better quarterback.
And you might be right. We don't know yet. But that doesn't mean let's crap on Dillon Gabriel. Because you like Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel's done nothing. He's just a young man trying to live his dream. Like I'm sure he's always playing in the NFL.
And he didn't have a daddy helping him get here.
Yes. But some of the things that stood out to me in this game, and Mona, we'll talk about this a little bit later on. Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah. He is a problem.
He's a problem. He's a problem. Now look, I understand he had the whole off the field issue stuff going on, but we try to, on this show here, we try to talk just on the field.
Right.
Quinshon Judkins is a problem. And we're going to do our picks here in a little bit.
I know he's playing Pittsburgh this coming weekend.
Yeah. So, and then over there, Justin Jefferson's quarterback proof. And Mona, you've said this a little bit. You're like, and look, we've had the debate between who's the better wide receiver, Jamar Chase or
Jamar Chase.
Or
I still feel that Justin Jefferson, what he does on that field with the different quarterbacks that he's had, if he had a Joe Burrow, total different receiver.
He did in college, but yeah. Remember, they both played at LSU. So But congratulations to the Vikings. You know, they did. Kevin O'Connell he's a pretty damn good. And another thing, Jordan Mason. I don't know if I love Aaron Jones. And I really liked Jordan Mason last year because he came in for the 49ers when everybody got hurt. All of their running backs got hurt. And he did real well. If I'm them, even when Aaron Jones gets back, I'm starting Jordan Mason. I'll let Aaron Jones kind of play that change of pace kind of back because Jordan Mason's a problem. Yeah. Speaking of problems, and we talked about this morning because we've been doing these draft shows for a minute. Javonte Williams. They were ready to write him off. He had the really bad knee injury, and he kind of fell out of favor in Denver. Yep. And what we're seeing now, and we've talked about this with the ACL injuries, it usually takes these guys 2 years to get back. I think he's like number 3 he's number 3 in the league in rushing. Yeah. And he's given Dallas that he's not Zeke. He's not prime Zeke because prime Zeke was special. But he's another one that runs with an attitude. He bounced one of the Jets defenders' head off the ground, and he's another one that looks for contact. He looks fully healthy, and it's allowing Dak Prescott to run some really good play action. And the other thing that we see too is George Pickens. We've seen this. We've seen this talent from him. With the quarterback issue.
Listen, I seen that talent in Pittsburgh. I just knew with the bad quarterback play and the bad offensive line not giving the quarterback time to throw the ball to Pickens, that was our issue. And I did say that for the last 3 years.
You did say that. His thing is, even when he's covered, he's open. Because I watched him smack Sauce Gardner away like a fly and go up in the air. When the ball's in the air, he is a battle catcher. He is nasty at the high point.
And we know he is actually playing for more money.
Yes. Every game that he has like this, and you're seeing now, I don't think he would really be getting the shine like this because if CD was playing, I don't think he would be getting the shine because CD is going to get the lion's share of the targets. But now that CD's injured, and they can kind of bring him back slowly because like the offense is still functioning. Right. And with the rapport that he's getting with Dak, with CD being gone, now Dak is developing some trust with him. When CD comes back, and you got to deal with those two guys, and then that monster behind you with Javonte Williams running the ball. I like what I'm seeing over there. Look, we just talked about the Giants. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the game last night, but this just goes to show you how every week you got to come with your A game. Last week we were laughing at the Giants for losing to the Saints. I'm thinking the Saints are going to have the number one.
I think everybody was also saying this may be it for Brian Daboll.
It's Brian Daboll. We'll talk about that. Yeah, he kind of saved his job last night. But they looked terrible. They looked terrible last week. And Jackson Dart looked terrible last week. And this is.
I think that is more rookie jitters.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it was rookie jitters. He got the lemon out of the way, and
he was another rookie. Well, no, that's Spencer Rattler. They got Tyler Shough. They got Spencer Rattler. But look, you have to go through those growing pains with those rookie quarterbacks. But let me tell you something. That Giants defense, I don't know how they're going to keep all those guys together because
that defense is for real.
When I'm watching this defensive line, what I see is that 2007's Giants team that had Strahan and Tuck and Umenyiora and Matthias Kiwanuka and all them, when they would run that NASCAR package, they can legitimately put 3 or 4 defensive ends with what's his name, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter on the field at the same time. Who are you double teaming? With these guys? So, congratulations.
Look, that defense kept Barkley to 58 yards last night.
Yeah. They're
got 13 on 7 carries. That's all he got.
Well, So they're a problem, and they're a team. You got a quarterback on a rookie contract. This is the time here. So this next offseason, look, the Giants. The Daniel Jones experiment failed. Now you got probably your future quarterback, your franchise quarterback going forward. Now you could just start putting pieces around them on the offensive side. Maybe another receiver on the other side of Malik Neighbors. Yeah. Daniel Jones, aka Indiana Jones. It's not a fluke, folks. It's not a fluke. We first couple of weeks we're like, it's Daniel Jones. It's Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes, Danny Nichols. He's not that good. Yeah. And again, who you play with matters. You start seeing this guy, you give him a good running game, you get some defense for him and protect him. He's got some mobility in his game. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He beat out Anthony Richardson, another former top 6, top 4, top 5, top 6 pick. This is what you need. You need a franchise that believes in you. Believes in you and surrounds you with talent. So congrats. And Geno Smith, bro, your days are numbered, bro. Because you might be a bottom 3 quarterback in the league right now. And that includes some of the rookies that we're talking about here. So look, the Dolphins, they just keep finding ways to lose. It was nice to see Bryce Young. He had a good game. And Rico Dowdle, former Cowboys. 200 yards rushing. And he told Dallas this week, they played Dallas, so he said, y'all better be ready to buckle up. So challenge accepted. Broncos, give the Eagles their first loss. Talking about defenses, that Broncos defense, that's another defense that will get after you. Nick Bonito. Now look, it's way too early. We're in week 5, going to week 6.
He's bleeding in all categories on the defense.
If the Defensive Player of the Year award was awarded right now, today, which it isn't, and then we got a lot of more football to play, and this changes every week. But today, if they were doing the Defensive Player of the Year, it would be Nick Bonito. He's leading the league in sacks. He's emerging as one of those. Him, Jared Verse, Will Anderson Jr., the next generation of edge rushers, Miles and TJ, they're getting, they're 30, 31 years old. They're getting a little bit long in the tooth. But you got these kids that are coming up now, the Jared Verses and the Benitos, and they're that next generation. And we starting to see some chinks in the armor when it comes. We kind of saw this last week, and I thought maybe they would clean it up. Mona, I'm going to say this, and I want your thoughts on this. I talked about this a little bit. I think A.J. Brown's going to find his way out of Philly because
A.J. Brown is not happy.
He's not happy.
There is a dysfunction going on in the Eagles locker room. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was what A.J. Brown had to say after the first loss. I think it could be a little bit of sour grapes. I thought there at around the middle of the second quarter, the Eagles looked like they were coming alive. And I thought, maybe that's what they need. I felt like they need Jalen Hurts to do some showcasing, do some of the stuff that he does well, running the ball, getting that first down. When it was 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and they weren't converting. I thought, all right, Jalen, now you need to step it up. Do what Patrick Mahomes is doing, because Mahomes is stepping it up.
Without his weapons.
But and he ain't got his weapons at all. So, and I'm thinking, I thought I saw a spark there. I mean, he hit A.J. Brown for that long pass down the left sideline, and I thought, here we go. Here we go. Now this team's going to wake up and they're going to start playing some football. The defense is worn out because the offense can't stay on the field. Plus, they were also missing Jalen Carter. And listen, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Dart had a hell of a game. Scatterboo is a problem. He is so fun to watch. But I think that's going to be limited because of his size.
Yeah.
But right now, playing against a Jalen Carter-less defense, where Jordan Davis, who is their run stuffer, had to kind of play parallel to kind of help fill in for Jalen Carter.
Well, they could double team him because you can't double team him when Carter's on the field. You just can't because
Right.
one of them's you can't double team both of them. So now without Carter, they can double team Davis. So
Yeah, and that's what he did. Although Davis did get a sack in this game.
Yeah.
But
we'll get to
he's
that
not
game.
a master as much as he is a run stuffer. That's what he does.
Yeah. He's a 330-pound bull in a china shop. So
Right.
they got to get things fixed there. We'll talk about the game from
All
last
right,
night.
so the Texans-Baltimore game. I think
Look,
I picked the Texans to win this game because I told you. I said, look,
too.
Baltimore has issues.
Yeah.
Now they're getting some players back on defense. They still haven't got Lamar back. So they still basically don't have a quarterback to throw the ball to the receivers. But that defense, even before the defense started getting injured, there's some issues on that defense.
I think the defensive coordinator, I think that's his last name, ORR. I think his.
Is it Michael? Is that Michael Orr? Is that
it's that Michael Orr's the blind
he
side
was the
guy.
player. He played for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, he did. His name was Michael Orr. But his name was OHER. This guy's name is ORR. Young black coach.
I don't really know anything about him.
I'm saying he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. He's gonna be the fall. He's gonna be the fall.
Neither should Harbaugh, but
he's gonna be the fall guy. He's gonna be the fall guy because he's a
he'll
young
be the fall guy for this year. That gets Harbaugh another year.
And look, we saw when he gets some time, CJ Stroud is a fairly competent quarterback. Nico Collins is a very good wide receiver. I think they needed this game for their confidence. And then the Ravens are just, they're really hurt now. They're going to have to really reorganize that team because we're just seeing what they've been doing now. And then I thought it was kind of dumb for them to bring in, I like Cooper Rush. I think he's a decent, serviceable backup, but I also believe that your backup needs to be able to do some of the things that your starter can do. Now, of course, they're not an exact replica of the starter because backups are backups for a reason, but he has no mobility, none. So the RPOs, the things that makes the Ravens so good, that two-man running game, that RPO action, the read option thing, that two-man game that Lamar and
he's never done that. He's never been that.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you make him your backup? Like you had the perfect backup for Lamar and Tyler Huntley. He's the same kind of guy, and you bring in a guy who's a pocket passer. So they got a lot of stuff to worry about. The Titans, they get their first win. Cam Ward, number one pick. He gets his first win. And look, I talked about this on Coffee Talk this week, Mona. I want to know your thoughts about this. Coaches cannot put their hands on players. No. I understand. Amari DeMarcado made a terrible mistake. I hate that.
And he admits he did.
The ball across
the NFL should have suspended him at least one game.
Yeah,
he had multiple game suspension myself.
Now he got $100,000 from the Cardinals, and the mistake that DeMarcado made was a terrible mistake, and it cost him the game. You cannot drop the ball. Take the ball over the goal line. It ain't that hard.
To me, if they do not make a case out of this, if the NFL lets this slip through and don't do anything, what that does is it opens up the door for players to start hitting coaches now. Because I will tell you something: if a coach had grabbed my arm or slapped my arm like that, I would have punched him out.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why you can't have this. And this is why last year, I don't know if you remember this, Mona, or was it the year before when Travis Kelce nearly knocked over Andy Reid?
Andy Reid,
game?
in the playoff game.
You cannot have that. That's stuff like this happens. So I know that the Cardinals suspended him a game, got him for $100K. NFL, I still need y'all to jump up in there. I need a game for him. Look, the Buccaneers are for real.
Yes, they are.
Baker Mayfield, another one we talked about MVP candidates. I don't know if he's the front runner for the MVP. He's up there, but I don't know if he's in
the running, I would say, for right now.
And offensive rookie of the year,
Ibuka
is playing.
And
he's getting a lot more targets now because Chris Godwin's been hurt and Mike Evans has been out. So this kid, Mike Evans is. And look, they are a force over there in the South. I thought, when we did our NFC South show, I thought it would be a 2-man race between the Bucks and the Falcons. I don't think it is. I think the Bucks are running away with that. Lions, they beat up on the Bengals.
They didn't. The Bengals were in that game up until about the middle of the third quarter.
Jake Browning is terrible.
I agree. He's
terrible. And this is a real stat. Jamar Chase has more tackles than Michael.
Oh, that's something we're going to discuss in a little bit.
He's having to tackle because his quarterback
keeps
kept throwing interceptions. So he's got to switch to defense. That's terrible. And the Lions.
I'm going to say this too. I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
A couple of those interceptions that have happened, Jamar Chase needs to come back when his quarterback's in trouble. I've seen good receivers come back towards their quarterback to help them out, and he ain't doing nothing to help this quarterback out.
And see that's the thing there too. When you have that chemistry with your quarterback, but this is what you're stuck with for the next. Well, they picked up Joe Flacco. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we're starting to see with the Lions. This is the Lions team that we were expecting last year before they hit all of their injuries.
Actually, the Lions played well even with the backups all the way up to the playoffs. Once they got to the playoffs, then they were kind of exposed.
Yeah, but they missed Aiden Hutchinson though.
They were winning games left and right up until the playoffs, and then once the playoffs hit, that's when all those injuries. They were 22.
Yeah, they had a bunch of guys on IR
that were out and on IR.
Yeah. It was real bad.
And we talked about that last year. What that team was doing with their backups and their backups was pretty damn amazing.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. The Commanders, they get back Jaden Daniels. They really missed him. This was not a good game by Justin.
Let's keep it a buck. He's missing his number 1 and his number 2 running back. They're both out for the year. They're both don't know about Hampton.
Hampton's out like 3 more weeks. Hampton's on short-term IR, so that means he's got to be out at least 4 games. He's got a high ankle sprain, so he'll be back.
They're playing backups, and they just got a running. No, it was a linebacker they got.
They got a running back. They just got Dalvin Cook. They just got Dalvin Cook. Yeah, they just got Dalvin Cook. They're over there with Hassan Haskins and Vidal. Guys that you ain't even heard of. So, look, it was what was supposed to be
the thing is Haskins. He's one of those run between the tackle type running backs.
Yeah,
he really is.
And he played
Vidal, he's explosive.
Yeah.
And they're going to use his hands because he's got some good hands. I can see them using him as kind of like what we did with Jalen Warren when we had Najee Harris and he was the feature back.
Yeah.
Warren was the guy that the short quick passes.
Scat back. But
a lot of people today don't know what a scat back is. So
They
you
don't.
know.
They really. That's why we're here. We'll get them up. But Jaden Daniels, he comes back. This kid, I really like him.
I do too. I hope that they can
he
keep
just
him for protection and
just
keep him with
slide.
his weapons.
Just learn to slide. I don't need no more RG3 type things. That was my fear with him even coming out of LSU. He just takes a lot of kill shots.
Right.
And then look, on Sunday Night Football, the
Patriots and
they beat the Bills. Look,
I took the Bills to win, but I'm going to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing some things with Buffalo that I don't. I'm starting to question some things with Buffalo as well.
To me, their issue is I don't really think that they have a true number one, and I think I know that they always like to spread the ball around. I'm a firm believer that sounds good in theory, but I think every team, and it's hard. You need that one guy that when you need a catch that can go up and get the ball. Look, this guy's going to go make that.
What the Patriots did, they basically took Cook out of this game.
Yeah, and
like 49 yards or something like that, 48, 49 yards on 15 carries. I mean, the guy was averaging 3.3 yards carry. Yeah. So when I'm starting to think it's the offensive line a little bit. And, I think Josh Allen in the back of his head, he don't want to be called the hero player. We saw him do that in the past, try to put the cape on and win games. But I think he's not doing it enough right now. I think he has to do it to help with whatever offensive issues they've got going on right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And here's the other thing I noticed too. You said some of the things, their secondary is terrible.
Yes.
Stephon Diggs, he was on a mission this game. He was
I think Stephon Diggs was like, let me show you how I can really play.
Yeah, he was yelling on the sideline. He was like, you could tell he really wanted that game. Some of the catches he made in that game, that one that he did, the toe drag swag on the sideline.
Oh, that was.
I mean,
amazing.
he played a hell of a game, and I think he just really wanted to kind of show them that hey, I'm still, I'm not what I used to be, but I'm still pretty good. So congratulations to them. No more undefeated. It's the 72 Dolphins. Go ahead and pop that champagne.
Monday night game.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Listen. I'm not going to take nothing away from Jacksonville. Jacksonville is playing some really good football right now. Their defense is doing pretty good. I do think that once Chiefs get Rashid Rice back and start getting these players back in, into football shape, I think that the Chiefs are going to make a run in the middle second half of this season. I am still a firm believer that Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks I, in my lifetime, have watched play. He is so methodical, and he is one of the smartest quarterbacks I have ever watched. But he can't do it himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Taylor some praise. I am proud of him. Last two games, I have not seen not one false start from him.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Worthy's a problem too, but he's just not that. He's not a true number one receiver. I mean, he does a lot of stuff, and he's very explosive. Travis Kelce had a touchdown this game, but I just think that, like you said, Mona, Rice is a difference maker. And the other thing I noticed with them too, I don't see the same type of explosiveness from Pacheco. I really like Pacheco, and it just seems to me like watching him play. Even last year,
I think before we see Pacheco back to the way he was, if we do, I still think that with his injury, it's one of them 2-year deals.
Yeah, I think at the trade deadline, I think that I really do. I've heard this a rumor. I'm putting this out there.
Alvin
I've
Kamara.
heard Alvin Kamara to the Chiefs. If you put Alvin Kamara on that team with his pass catching skills and what they like to do, we'll see. Now, if they keep winning games and beating people they ain't supposed to beat,
Yeah.
not beat. But congratulations to the Jags. That's a hell of a win. Hell of a win on them. Chris Jones. A guy's not down until he's down. That was piss poor effort. I don't know if y'all saw that video.
Really was. I was kind of.
You're a defensive captain, and he's like, "Oh, I thought he was down, dude." You cannot assume that. And look, Trevor Lawrence showed a little bit of mobility. He had a couple of scrambles in that game too, but that particular play, that to me, now we talk about quitting in a game. We had to talk about, oh, he quit. He's a quitter and he tapped out or whatever. To me, that's quitting. When you sit up there and you're loafing.
And he easily could have went diagonally and stopped him.
Yeah. So that look, he made it. Oh, I thought he was down, and Andy Reid addressed it. He was like, look, he's got to know that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. News and notes. What we got? Look, so this was from the game last night. It was funny because Brian Dable was like yelling because Russell Wilson had to go in for a couple of plays.
We
got to get look. We need him back in the game. Like you know how bad you've fallen off as a player when the coach is like, I would rather this rookie, and I know he might even have a concussion. And guess what? I don't give a damn. And see, this is where the NFL, you got to protect players, but this is what I tell y'all about people. Last week there was this big argument and we had a big debate about it where players quitting and tapping out. You have to err on the side of caution, hammies, concussions, and things like that. And you're thinking of guys tapping out. They have to make sure that these players are good because I'm sure Jackson Dart, he might have had a concussion because that hit that he took was pretty vicious. And then his head bounced off the turf. I watched him. I thought maybe he would be. Back in the day, Mona, we've been watching football a long time. Back then, we just called that getting your bell rung. It's get you some sniffing salt and get your ass back in the game. Yeah, but and that's NFL, what they did. But the NFL is very, with the whole lawsuits and things that they've had to pay out.
Let's talk about the millions of dollars that they've had to go back and back pay some of these players because they played through concussions.
Yeah. I think he may have been concussed. We saw this a couple of years ago with Tua.
He scored 2 more touchdowns after that. So
but he was
dead on the money, and he was making runs.
But we saw this same thing with Tua a couple of years ago in the Bills game, and his head bounced off the floor, bounced off the thing.
Well, his hands were like this.
And no, that was 3 or 4 days later in the Cincinnati game, but that was in the Buffalo game. His head bounced off, and he's staggering around, and then he throws a bomb to Waddle.
Yeah, like a 40-yard bomb. It was like a 40-yard bomb down the field.
And then 3 days later, that's when he's doing the finger thing against Cincinnati. So these guys aren't quitters, but we have to sometimes protect these guys from themselves because if they have their way,
they would never leave the field.
They'll never leave the field, and they'll die on the field. So I took that last week as quitting, and this I'm not directing this to anybody. I'm just saying, we just had guys that had hamstring injuries, and last week, hamstring, he could get back out there, and he's okay. And I'm like, guys,
I did not say that.
No, I'm not saying
I have seen Lamar Jackson quit in games.
I got you, but
when they were getting their asses kicked by Pittsburgh, I watched him his shoulders slump, and it was like, and they couldn't do anything
because you want to go out there and you don't want to let your teammates down. Like he didn't want to. Now, if they would have told him last night, if they would have told him last night, you're not going back in the game. You're not going back. They're not winning that game. They're not winning that game with Russell Wilson. So you want to get back. And you're like, I'm disappointed because you're telling me I can't go back in the game, and I feel like I can help my team win. So when we got to be careful when we say people are are quitting and you're questioning their heart and things like that, because a lot of these guys, you don't get to that level, to this level, and you're a quitter or you're not a courageous person, because just playing football itself takes a lot of testicular fortitude.
I agree, but I'm sick of the hamstring bullshit BS, because I know who that's directed at, because I said it from the very get go.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying
like he quit in that game because they were getting beat.
Okay, but we just saw it last night. We saw Quinyon Mitchell, the best corner on that. He wants to be. I think he could have helped them. Hamstring injuries are serious for.
I know they are. I played sports all my life. I know hamstring injuries are serious. I absolutely realize this.
Ramsey last week, he left out. Did he quit? Did Quinyon Mitchell quit? So when it's these guys, the point I'm trying to make is these guys would rather a lot of them would rather pull an Apollo Creed against the Russians and die in the ring than leave the field. That's the point I'm trying to make. So we'll see what happens with this, because if they find out.
I go back to watching the football in the 70s and in the 80s too. Mm-hmm. Some of the 80s, not all. And I watched these guys get splints and go back out on the field and play. You don't see that no more. And I understand why. Ronnie
Lott messed up his finger. I don't know if you know this, Mona. Ronnie Lott, former corner safety from the 49ers, he messed up his finger and he had them cut his finger off. That is during a game on the sideline. Yes. So yeah, look, it's a different time, but we know better now with the technology and stuff like that, with sports medicine and stuff. And we have to err on the side of caution, because, we talked about this to nauseum with the whole Tua thing with his concussions and the thing with DeMar Hamlin. The NFL's worst nightmare is a player dying on the field.
Oh, so yeah.
We'll see what happens. There may be some type of punishment coming for this, because it's found out that he just kind of ran back out on the field. The Giants are probably going to get, and I'm sure they don't give a damn, because they're like, we want it, and we will pay whatever fine it is. So hopefully he's okay. We talked about this a little bit, James Cook. This shows you how bad the Chargers are hurting.
Yeah,
at running back. What was supposed to be a strength of their team is kind of gone now. We thought we were going to see Hampton, and Hampton will be back, and Najee Harris, and now you don't have.
Najee won't be back until next year. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he may not be back because he only signed a 1-year contract. So
that's what I'm saying. So what was supposed to be a strength is kind of become a weakness now. So. I watched James. I watched Dalvin Cook last year. He looked washed to me, but maybe they can get something out of him. We'll see. So we'll see. Look, I didn't like this. I didn't like this. They asked him about it. I don't know if y'all saw on the after game show. They asked him what he said, because he got a 15-yard penalty and 15-yard penalty and, taunting. And with that, the unsportsmanlike, you get one warning. If you get another unsportsmanlike, that's an automatic ejection. And they asked him, what did you say? He goes, all I said was first down. Is that what we're nitpicking on that now? We're nitpicking. The guy hit him. The guy kind of hit him late out of bounds, and he was like, first down. This guy plays with a lot. Obviously, I don't know Cam Skattebo. What I've seen from him, watching him play, he's a very passionate guy. He's a very fiery guy. He's the kind of guy that gets his teammates amped up. Him running over somebody or diving head first or something like that. And I didn't see taunting. I didn't see that. So hopefully the NFL. Now you're standing over somebody, you're pointing to them or something like that. Okay, I didn't see that.
Kind of like what Juju Smith-Schuster did to Burfict when he
standing over him. That's taunting. Throwing a ball at somebody, spitting on somebody. I didn't see that. I hope the NFL look, man, come on, like first down, and there's a lot of smack talking back and forth between the players. That happens. That's to me, that's not taunting. So don't leave the kid alone, or start him a GoFundMe account and pay his fine. Look, again, terrible roster construction.
Joe Flacco does not scare me, but I think he's an upgrade to what they had.
And see, I think he's a sitting
the line
target.
is so bad, he's going to be running for his life the whole time.
Except he can't run. Now you got Joe Burrow killed, who has a little bit of mobility,
right?
And Jake Browning, who's a younger guy, and he was running for his life. So your answer is to get a 41-year-old quarterback behind one of the worst offensive lines in a division with two of the best edge rushers in it? That's your. And one of my sayings that I like to say, Mona, this will not end well. This will not end well. And here's the other thing. Why the hell would you trade him within the division? Why? I'm not trying to help you. This is very rare that you see an interdivisional trade. I'm not trying. I hope the Bengals don't win a damn game. I'm not trying to help you with nothing. I hope you start your fifth string quarterback, who's the kicker. I'm not trying to help you at all. So we'll see what happens. Joe Flacco, he's a competent quarterback, but he's a shell of himself, and it is what it is. So Terrion Arnold, he's out for a while. He's on short-term IR. They're like number 1 or number 2 cornerback. Right. Here, these are the kind of injuries here that change the trajectory of your season, because this is one of your better corners.
Right.
First round pick corner. So hopefully he gets speedy recovery for this guy, because they're going to need him to go where they want to go. NFC Championship, Super Bowl. They're going to need this guy. So he's out for the next 4 weeks.
I'm gonna give you this one. I gotta go run and put the baby back in bed.
Okay. So Antonio Gibson, he's really more their third runner. They got Ramondre Stevenson, and then the kid Travion Henderson. This guy, he took, I don't know if y'all saw this, the shot that he took on his knee. I mean, he took a helmet directly on his knee. Hate to see stuff like that. Tore an ACL. Do they need him? I mean, you want him. He's more of a special teams ace. He's not the runner that he used to be with the Washington Commanders, but he is a special teams ace. He's their primary kick returner. So I think you'll see Henderson, the first round pick. I think you'll see him more now. And speedy recovery. This guy, I hate to see stuff like that. I just hate to see guys their season come like that, because we just saw the Patriots win this game. They have some talent over there. What Mike Vrabel's putting together over there with the Patriots, they have some good pieces over there. A revamped defense. They seem to have found their franchise quarterback. The Mac Jones experiment didn't work out. Tom Brady retired, left. Mike Vrabel's putting together a team over there. They got some pieces over there. So speedy recovery for this guy. I really hope that he's able to come back. I don't know what his contract is, but he's a big special teams guy for them. So we will see what happens with them to win that game and lose this guy. You won the game, but you lost your primary kick returner. So we will see what happens with that. It's going to be interesting to see the next time that they play each other too. There was a bunch of even flow, ebbs and flows of that game that you see some things there. And we saw some blemishes with the Bills. The main thing that I saw there was that secondary. they just had no answer for Stephon Diggs. No answer for Stephon Diggs. So, and then they had some special teams issues too. So we'll see. Speedy recovery. This guy. Hate to see guys. Stand on the whole injury front. We talked about this a little bit. Omarion Hampton, he's on short-term IR, high ankle sprain.
Yep.
And for a big, powerful back like him, that's high ankle sprain. We talked about hammies a little bit. High ankle sprain, that's another one. They say 2-3 weeks. It might be. I've seen high ankle sprains and hammies be 5-6 weeks. It's just one of those things that's player to player, and we just showed you the Dalvin Cook slide. They're out there now with Hassan Haskins. That's on the bottom slide. Haskins and Vidals, and they picked up Cook. So we'll see.
Maybe the can help until Hampton is able to make it back.
You got to hold down the fort. You got to hold down the fort till Hampton gets back. I really like Hampton. I thought he was the second best. Now, Jay Renaud said something to me. Marcus, you said that Cam Scatterboo wasn't that good. That's not what I said. You told me he was a top 20 pick, and I told you he wasn't going top 20. As much as I like Cam Scatterboo, he ain't better than Genty, and he ain't better than Hampton. He ain't better than Judkins. But being the fourth best back in the draft class is not a bad thing. You just say like I'm disrespecting the man. I watch backs, and this guy here is at 10 pounds heavier and runs a 4.4. So let's not get too carried away with that. So speedy recovery, this guy. Chargers trading for. Look, they need a little bit more pass rush help. This offseason they traded away Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack is having a good year. He's an older player now, but you need some young blood up in there. I think, although Joey Bosa was always hurt, so it's not like you were missing much because he was hurt all the damn time. Exactly. So you get a guy who comes up there who has some shots, but he just kind of got lost. They weren't going to pay this guy, so you make the trade, and it's a trade that helps out both teams. So we'll see how it works out for them. He's going to be playing on the other side of Khalil Mack, and it should help him have some good looks when they go to pass rush. So we'll see what happens with that. What we got next? Look, I talked about this a little bit. Keep your damn hands to yourself. I went on a rampage. By the way, go to the Alphabets, Marcus the Alphabets page on TikTok, and there's a video in there where I talk about this. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I'll just say this, Mona, you just said, keep your damn hands to yourself. Right. I understand you got 100K. I would not be disappointed if the NFL also gave him a couple of games. Arizona Cardinals, kudos, but we're going to still jump into this because we cannot have coaches, no matter how upset they get, and players do stupid stuff all the time. You cannot have coaches putting their hands on players. So we'll see what happens with that going forward. So,
okay. Sorry.
Okay, talk to us. What you got? We got a new slide. What you got, Mom?
We have a new segment called Discussions of a Football Junkie. You and I do this all the time, all fair. We're always just breaking down stuff, talking about things. And there was a few things that I kind of felt like I could use as those slides for this segment. So here you go. Head coach hot seat. We kind of touch base about a little bit of it. I said, I think after the game against the Eagles, I think Brian Dable kind of probably gave him another full season, this year. Because I kind of thought maybe he might be fired by week 8, week 9, something like that. Callahan, I think his days are numbered. This team is atrocious, but do they even have the draft capital to even try to build this team back up right away?
Well, I mean, you had the number 1 pick last year in Cam Ward. So, I mean, you
don't have no protection for Cam Ward.
And see, that's it. Look, I believe that you go out and you start building an offensive line. But when you feel like there's a franchise quarterback, you go get that guy. So we saw this. They had the who was the quarterback that they just had that they liked so much? The guy with the big old arms. I can't even think of his name. And they just,
is he even playing anywhere?
He got hurt, so he's sitting out this entire year. I can't even think of his name. Blonde-haired kid with the big arms. I can't even think of his damn name. But their issue, and then they had Malik Willis. They just can't seem to get this quarterback position right.
Yeah. Neither can Pittsburgh, although I do think that we have our probably franchise quarterback on the team. He's just injured right now. But I really like what I saw out of Will Howard in Pittsburgh. I really think that this kid could turn out, although I never agreed to getting rid of Justin Fields. I thought he was the future. So, but yeah.
With Callahan, I don't know, because you have a rookie quarterback who's the number one pick. You're the worst team in the league. So I don't know.
Although they did win a game this past weekend.
Because somebody just decided to drop the ball before they got to the end zone. That being said, they did win. They did win the game.
Well, we are also talking about an Arizona Cardinals team who lost their number one running back.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm that high on Callahan, but Mike McDaniels. And they just won. Didn't they just win a game? They just for me, it just seems like I don't think that I think Mike McDaniels is more of a coordinator. That's my opinion. When I view him, he's just kind of a dorky, geeky kind of guy. He looks lost on the sideline. I think he's more of an offensive coordinator. That's just my opinion. When I view him, I don't view him as like head coach.
No, the Dolphins didn't win. They lost to the Panthers.
Okay, so yeah, because
I took the Dolphins.
I thought they were getting rid of Tyreek. Anyways. I think also with them is roster construction. I think that they got a track team over there, and it looks nice in September and October. And then when you take them to the elements, they fall apart. And the thing is, they're the only warm weather team in a cold weather division. You got the Jets, Buffalo, New England. And the second time that you play those guys is probably going to be out in the elements. And all of those are outdoor teams, outdoor cold weather teams. And you got all of these little speedy guys, So I just think that if I'm them, I'm probably trading Devon Achane. I'm probably trading, Tyreek. I think they're going to get rid of him. So I just think that I think he's gone. I think Dable saved himself a little bit. Canales, he's a quarterback whisperer. I just think that, another one who's had some injuries over there, Stefanski, I mean, again, quarterback position, I think it all depends on what they do with this.
Well, I think once they get rid of one of the 6 freaking quarterbacks they have, maybe 2 of those quarterbacks, and maybe
they're down to Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel since they got rid of Flacco. So they're down.
They still have Watson on the team.
They still got Watson, and I think as soon as they can get away from that contract, he's gone. I just think so. And then let me see, Zach Taylor, the whole Joe Burrow thing, and then Jonathan Cannon. I wouldn't.
Well,
they fired his ass today.
Doesn't your head coach have a lot to do with the draft, or is that just strictly general manager? I mean, because at some point you have to stand up and defend your quarterback, and you're not doing that. And he's hurt, and he's hurt, and then he's hurt, and then he's hurt, and he hurt his wrist last year. Had to have surgery. Now he's hurt again. So here's my issue. You have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Where do you have Burrow at as far as quarterback? Where do you have him at?
4 or 5. 4 or 5, because the best ability is availability.
Okay.
And if you're always injured, then you're no good to me.
Okay.
But he's better than anything we've had in the last 4.5 years.
Yeah.
So, but
terrible roster construction.
Yeah.
Gannon
with the Cardinals.
that little stunt that he pulled, he could have been fired right there for that. Because
Right.
I understand you apologize.
I think they are probably looking for a replacement for him as we speak.
Yeah, you can't. You just that's just something that can't happen. So we'll see. I think again, Brian Dable with that win yesterday and making me lose $700. I think that
All right.
he gets to keep his.
So, which upset surprised you the most in Week 5? The Broncos and the Eagles game, the Chiefs, Jags game, or the Bills Patriots game? It wasn't the Broncos. It was the Giants. What the hell was that?
Well, this was last week. That
Week
Giants
5,
game.
right?
That Giants game is this week.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So,
Which one surprised you the most?
I'm going to say the Chiefs game. I really thought with Xavier Worthy back, and then let's keep it a buck, Mona. Trevor Lawrence had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
He was running around,
And Etienne is playing lights out.
He's playing good ball. And see, I never thought, even though the Bills were favored by were favored by in Vegas for all of their games, I never thought they were going undefeated. I never thought, and the Eagles have been just dodging death the past few weeks, getting by. They should have lost that Rams game. He blocked that field goal at the end. You can't keep playing Russian roulette. Eventually, you keep spinning that barrel. you keep spinning that chamber and pulling the trigger. It's only one bull. There's only one bull in there. But if you keep playing it and keep spinning it and pulling that trigger, eventually it's not gonna work out too good for you. So
I like what the Patriots are doing. Yeah. I like what New England is doing up there. I think, a young, fresh coach. We can talk about Belichick in a little bit, but young, fresh coach. I think that.
Well, let's not forget Mike Vrabel. Let's not forget Mike Vrabel ain't no spring chicken. He coached for the Titans, and he had the Titans in contention with Ryan Tannehill. Okay, so he's a Belichick disciple.
I like Vrabel. I always have.
Yeah, he played under Belichick, and you can tell he's a Belichick, what do we call it, a Belichickian disciple. He has a lot of his mannerisms and things like that. I think he's a better coach than like Josh McDaniel, but he brings that Belichick type attitude with more offensive prowess, I would say. Because when it comes to offense, I just think Belichick is a buffoon. Bro.
Look, the offense was ruled by Tom Brady. We all know this.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady had an absolute say in what wide receivers they brought in. Yeah. Randy Moss was a perfect fit.
Antonio Brown.
Tampa Bay for Tom Brady was a perfect fit, but AB lost his damn mind.
Don't forget, AB played for.
He played for the Patriots. Yep.
Yeah. But for me, I would have to say the KC game. I just thought that they're getting healthier, but I also said this. We said this during the AFC breakdown show, Mona. This would be the most difficult path that the Chiefs would have on their way to the AFC Championship / maybe Super Bowl. So,
right,
and then again, the Jags are for real. They really.
The last 2 years, the Chiefs have started out wide receiverless. Last year, it was number 1 and number 2 were out.
So what we're in week 6. So this is their last game without Rice this week,
right?
Because he got 6 games. So they just got to get through it. And I said if they could just go 50, go 500, 3-3, we got a fighting chance. What they couldn't be was like 1-5. So They need to win this week. We'll make our predictions here in a minute, but they need to win this week, get Rice back. It's going to probably take him a couple of weeks. I know he's probably been running and all of that, but you only get better playing football by playing football. So we'll see what happens with that. But for me, it was Kansas City. And you? Who did you have? Was it the Chiefs too?
Yeah, I picked the Chiefs.
Okay. just terrible. Just terrible. And
In
this
the
is why
2000 season, the entire 2000 season, they only allowed 165 points. Through 5 weeks of football, they've allowed 177 points.
they said that I saw another slide that said that they could be the first team in NFL history to allow 600 points in a season.
Yeah, because
So,
what they've allowed just through week 5. Now they are getting some defensive players back, and that's going to help them. But if your offense is not scoring, if they're 3 and out, the defense is on field all the time. Trust me, I know this because I'm a Steeler fan, and we have had this for the last 4 years.
yeah,
By third and fourth quarter, middle third, fourth quarter, your defense is exhausted.
And we talked about this a little bit. Harbaugh was called to the office. But I think the first person is going to feel the wrath is going to be Orr. I think it's going to be Orr. So,
oh yeah,
I don't know if these are.
The DC has saved Harbaugh's job for this year.
Yeah. I don't think that these are problems that can be fixed in the middle of the season. They gotta really look
personnel. I think a lot of it's personnel.
Yeah, they really in this offseason they're gonna have to look at. I think the main thing that hurts them is they don't have an elite edge rusher.
No,
you look at in that division, you look at TJ Watt, you look at Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson. They don't have that guy who can one-on-one. I know they got Kyle Van Noy. I don't view Kyle Van Noy in the same class as TJ Watt and Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson. And I think that really hurts them. I think that you have to have that type of guy on your team that can win, quickly off of the line of scrimmage and put pressure on the quarterback. And I just think that they're going to have to wait till the offseason to get that guy. So we'll see what happens. What we got next? I'm not saying that Drake May is Josh Allen. I'm just saying some of you all have short memories, and y'all just think that Josh Allen's career would begin in 2020. His career did not begin in 2020. His first couple of years, when he was throwing for 54%, 55% on his passes, it's right there, 55%. And I think it was even worse year 2. He got a little bit better, but Drake May, if we're starting with this, and now when they put some more weapons around him, you saw Josh Allen kind of take off in year 3 when he got Diggs.
Yep.
Yes. When this guy gets and I still don't know if they have that. I mean, Diggs is now 31, 32 years old. I mean, he's still a decent wide receiver.
Out that game.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's sustainable. I still think
I don't either. I mean.
I think this offseason, during the draft or free agency, they're going to have to go out and really go get.
I think free agency, they may be able to pick up somebody, and I think that's going to be that very well could be their number 1 pick, best wide receiver coming out of the draft. Or second best.
They were right up there with your Steelers, Mona, whenever there was this big discrepancy about Brandon Ayuk. I don't know if you remember that. It was kind of like, they were one of the front runners up there, and they offered it. He was like, no, I don't want to go to New England, because like at the time, they were having
quarterback issues, and Bill
he was like, I don't want to go to that and leave the 49ers and go to that crap. So, and then he ends up tearing his ACL. But this just goes to show you, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And sometimes look, Philly, you better fix it.
Philly's got some defensive issues. They have got some defensive issues. They have got some offensive issues, because I think A.J. Brown is talking his way out of Philly.
And the thing about it is, you're not using him the right way. You're not using Saquon Barkley the right way, in my opinion. Why are you running a spread offense inside the 10-yard line when you have one of the best backs in the game? Why are you running the tush push, which, by the way,
quite frankly, Saquon Barkley's not playing like he did last year.
That's true, but spreading out everybody you still got a pretty good offensive line. Run the ball. And also, why do you have AJ Dillon and Tank Bigsby returning kicks? I don't want a 250-pound kick returner. I don't want that. And that's why he's fumbling the ball. He's not used to returning kicks. I want like my third receiver, my fourth receiver, one of my scat backs. I don't want a power back. I don't want Jerome Bettis or Najee Harris or Earl Campbell returning kicks. I don't want them doing that. I want Turpin doing that. I want Calvin Austin doing that. I want Tyreek Hill doing that. I don't want a 250-pound running back returning kicks. This is, and I don't know. I think they also miss. I think they miss Kellen Moore a little bit. Kellen Moore, I think we're starting to see there with Kellen Moore. The past 2 years, 2 years ago, they lost their offensive and defensive coordinator. Last year, they lost their offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, who went to the Saints. And this is what happens when you start having success. People start gutting your team for players, i.e. Milton Williams. You start having retirements. And then, they lost Darius Big Play Slay. They lost James Bradbury. They lost Milton Williams. You lost Mekhi Becton on the offensive line. You start losing players because people like, okay, I want to go get paid now. I want my championship. Now I want to get paid. So, and then I'm going to be honest with you. I know people. Marcus, you just hate him just because you're a Cowboys fan. I never thought Nick Sirianni was that great of a coach anyway. I always thought he was kind of a knucklehead. He has a very punchable face. That's just my personal feelings. I don't like Nick Sirianni.
I kind of feel like the same about Campbell with the Lions.
He's a meathead. He's a meathead. But now this is going to be his biggest test because I think a lot of it, especially on defense, I think a lot of that was Fangio. We're starting to see that defense is Fangio, and he's kind of having some injuries over there. I never thought it was because Nick Sirianni, some genius, but on his resume, it says Super Bowl champion. But and this is why we got to stop with the whole, Jalen Hurts is better than this quarterback because he doesn't have a chance because they don't have a championship.
Well, see, that's my opinion. What's going on right here? This is what teams are game planning against the Eagles. Mm-hmm. They are stopping the run. They are stopping Saquon. They are making you beat them strictly by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And because Jalen Hurts is not the thrower of the football as everybody thought he was. I never believed. I always thought Tua was a better thrower of the ball than Jalen Hurts. That's why he lost his job with Alabama and he went on to Oklahoma. I don't think Jalen Hurts just with his arm can beat you.
He can.
He's not a good defense.
He can, and that's why teams.
You have to be able to stop the run.
That's why teams now they're like, we're going to load the box. We're going to double team. We're going to double team AJ Brown and frustrate him. Take him out the game early, where he starts getting frustrated, and we're going to make Jalen Hurts beat us. Last night there was a play where Devontae Smith was running wide open down the field and he missed him. You don't get
he overthrew him.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't miss those type of throws. You don't get wide open, like wide, just no one around him for like 10 yards. It doesn't get any better than that. So Philly better fix it real quick. Because it don't get no easier. I think you got the Chiefs coming up. You got the Bills coming up. You better fix it because guys like if you can't stop Jackson Dart, and you got Josh Allen coming, you got Patrick Mahomes coming, you got. Well, I think they already played. They played week 1, right? They played week 1. But you got some teams coming up. Dallas right now. Dak Prescott's playing really good ball. He's playing really good ball. You got Jaden Daniels. You got some teams coming up down the road. This
good to see you.
So we'll see what happens. What we got next?
Okay. North Carolina and Bill Belichick have discussed buyout options.
Mona, I don't like to say
this right now.
Mm-hmm.
My co-host Marcus the alphabet
This will not end
said
well.
that this would not end well. Exactly. He said that. I honestly, I agreed with you because I think he's got, when you have your girlfriend on the sidelines, I have a problem with that.
It's a terrible, but not just that, just sticking strictly with football. Date who you want, fine. I don't think it's a good look when you're dating a girl who's old enough to be your great granddaughter. But hey, if that's what you like, that's what you like. Although y'all crucified Shannon Sharp for dating a younger girl. But anyways, strictly football, I think the game is kind of passed him by.
Yeah.
And this is why it's one of the hardest things. And Mona, we've talked about this a little bit.
Nick Saban with Alabama, because I kind of felt like
with the
maybe the game was starting to pass Saban by.
College football has,
and of course, the portal and all that stuff.
Transfer portal, NIL and stuff. These players now,
I still think the NIL was the biggest mistake they ever made.
The NIL, see, that's why you have to have balance. I thought that the players were getting screwed. My sons played college football, and I just feel like these kids, they can't have a job, but you're making money off of them. So if some kid wants to buy my son's jersey that says Betts on the back, number 34 for Eastern New Mexico, and they want to buy that jersey, the only reason they're buying that particular jersey is because of that number 6, or you're buying a number 16 Texas Longhorn jersey that says Manning on the back, is because it says Manning on the back. I feel like I should get some of that. If you have a jersey that says Dye, and they're like, we like Ramona Dye from the University of Virginia, and it's a number, whatever number that you wore, we want that jersey. What number did you wear?
12.
Number 12, a number 12 University of Virginia Cavaliers jersey with Dye on the back, DYE, not DIE, and some kid wants that, I should get a piece of that because they're buying it because it's got my name on it. So I agree with the NIL, but where they messed up at, they got greedy. So now these players now they have all the damn power, and it's like, I'm not playing. If you don't let me start, I'm entering the transfer portal. If you don't give me a Bugatti or a Porsche or a Ferrari, I'm entering the transfer portal. You can't have the inmates running the asylum. So yep. This was destined for failure. I felt like the NFL game passed them by. The college game, you never were a college coach. You're dealing with 18-year-old kids.
I heard somebody mention that they were talking about this, and they said something about, maybe he'll make a run for another college team, or maybe even back in the NFL. I don't think the NFL wants him back.
I don't think they do, because he has this snooty, I know it all attitude, and you can't really blame him. I got 6 Super Bowl champions, and I think he's got 8 overall, because I think he has 2 as an assistant as the Giants defensive coordinator, but behind Parcells. So you see that, but it's like, I don't see him humbling himself and being like, well, I'll be a coordinator somewhere. Because I think he's within like 20, 25 games of Don Shula's all-time wins record. But I don't think he's going to be a head coach again. So I called this, dude, it's okay. You're 70-something years old. Go home, go fishing, go play some golf, and relax. Yeah. And stop dating girls that are old enough to be your great granddaughter.
Or keep dating them. I mean,
or keep dating. Just like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's levels to this. Every week, the Alphabets Football Show, we bring you the divisional leaders and statistical leaders of all categories. So real quick, we're a little bit behind. Buffalo still on top even after that loss. It ain't. I've called the AFC East a cakewalk. It ain't no cakewalk. No, you got a team over there. You need a team in your division that'll fight you. New England will fight you, and they feel very confident. And guess what? Next time you play, they beat you at your place. So the next time you see them, you got to go to Foxborough. So we'll see what happens. Look, who would have thought it? The Jags and the Colts would be on top, and Houston would be 2 games behind. Look, Daniel Jones is for real. Jacksonville, and we're starting to kind of see Trevor Lawrence. We've been kind of critical. We both have been critical of Trevor. We've been a little bit critical more than we have, but they're playing good ball. Look, and this is why I tell people when you start off 2-0 or whatever, you're doing handstands and back. Oh, we're going to the championship, Mark. Look, we're 2-0. We're 3-0. You started off 2-0. Now you lost 3 straight games, and Pittsburgh was down at the bottom, and they're at the top. So, and everybody thought that the Ravens were going to be it, and I don't know how many more games. I don't know if the Ravens win 5 games this year. And look, Pittsburgh, you know, that defense. They've always been a defensive-minded team. You found a little something in Kenneth Gainwell. I would keep running with Kenneth Gainwell as the starter, and I would let Warren be the backup running back. But you know, Mike Tomlin.
Look, I have said this from the get-go, from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Warren is not an ever down back. Play him as a scat back.
Or limited. Like to me,
his body is not. Look, he is not Najee Harris. He's faster than Najee. I give you that, 100%. But he is not going to run through defenses the way Najee could, the way Najee did. Even with a really horrible offensive line play.
The way Kenneth Gainwell just did.
The way Kenneth Gainwell. Well, the offensive line is actually playing a little bit better now, too. And they're healthy. Last year, we lost 3 starters on the offensive line.
And I think when he gets the opportunity, when he finally gets the opportunity, I think he's still kind of in the doghouse. I still am a big believer in Caleb Johnson. So we'll see what happens there. LA Chargers. You see, I told you all during the AFC West show that Kansas City, it wasn't written in the stars for them to win. This would be their hardest path, and here we are.
I think this is where the Chargers are right now. I think until they get Hampton back, I think that they're in trouble. I think they are a sinking ship. They're a 3-2 team, but they've lost their last 2 games. They were 3-0 and then lost their last 2 games. Denver kind of started off a little bit slow. I think they lost their
they're picking up steam. They're picking up steam. That defense is coming along. Nick Bonito, Zach Allen, Patrick Surtain, them boys are flying around. I really like what they're doing over there. Eagles, you know, this is from week 5. I know that they lost last night, and they're 4-2 now, but they're still up top. Look, now you're 4-2, and you got people breathing down
their necks.
And this is why there has not been a repeat winner of the NFC East for like 20 years because of stuff like this. Tampa's starting to kind of separate themselves. I thought it would be a fight between them and Atlanta, but I think Tampa's just better. Detroit,
I do too.
Detroit, they're kind of starting to run away. I think it'll.
And how in the hell are the 49ers with the there again? I'm like you. As much as I had Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat,
gotta give him a
good minute.
Yep.
They are still 4-1.
Yep.
Without Purdy.
Yep. And Mac Jones holding down the fort. So, and they got some reinforcements coming. They got Ayuk coming back. They got Kittle coming back. They got now Bosa's out for the year, but they got some reinforcements coming. And that's going to be a dogfight over there in the NFC West. And I still think that, for me personally, I still think the Rams are a class of that division, but they've lost 2 in a row. So we'll see what happens. Look, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
Yep.
Lions jump up to that number 1 spot. They dropped Buffalo to 4. They dropped Buffalo to 4. Buffalo was number 2 last week.
Yep.
No. So look,
Eagles went to the number 1 spot and they dropped them down 1.
Yeah. So
but they've lost the last 2 games.
Yeah, well, again, this came out on Tuesday or Wednesday before the Thursday night game. So it's not going to reflect that on this particular chart. So
next week it'll be different.
Next week, Phillies, I would expect Philly will probably be out of the top 5, I would imagine. So
I think you can see the 49ers jump up. I think you will see Bucks jump up. I think you see depending on what happens this weekend, Packers and Colts. The Colts could jump up.
Yeah.
I think the Colts could actually jump up a couple of spots.
I think if you all have a impressive win, and I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I think if y'all have an impressive win over the Browns, I think y'all jump up.
Well, if we beat the Browns this weekend, which I fully expect us to beat the Browns this weekend, and I am, by the way, taking the Steelers. I think that we could possibly jump up one, maybe two, because it's a division game.
Yeah, but again, depending on how y'all win that game, if y'all go out there and kick their teeth in, because look, that they put up a fight against the Vikings last week.
Yes, they did.
But
we also beat the Vikings too the week before.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But here's your, this changes every week. I don't have too much of a problem with this. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep that. Here's your passing, rushing, and receiving leader. Matthew Stafford, the old veteran, 37 years old. Dak Prescott, Indiana Jones, Baker Mayfield, Drake May.
Drake May jumped up in the top 5.
I mean, and Dak, like Stafford jumped way over Dak. Puka Nacua, we got to start mentioning him amongst the elite wide receivers, folks. I know we still love Chase and Jettis and all that, but we got to start.
And Jamar Chase, but Jamar Chase would be in the top 5 if Burrow hadn't got hurt.
Yeah, no doubt. And
the best availability, and you're out there and making sack or making tackles as a receiver because you ain't got no choice but do it.
Yeah, maybe he'll be the tackles leader. I have the maybe he'll end up being the tackles leader. And right now, in my opinion, if the offensive rookie of the year award came out, my vote would be for Emeka Egbuka. And then look, Jonathan Taylor's back. He's back. He kind of fell off for a couple. James Cook, Javonte Williams finally healthy. Travis Etienne finally healthy. J.K. Dobbins finally healthy. He couldn't stay healthy for crap when he played with the Ravens. He got hurt every year. So, look, you start, you get somewhere and you start getting healthy, you keep having setbacks with knee injuries and stuff as a running back. It's just kind of hard to get back on track. And then finally, the sacks leaders. Look.
Actually, I have another one too.
Okay. What do we have there? Nick Bonito. I'm telling you.
Defensive player of the year. He's
right now. Right now.
We
ain't gonna give him the award yet, because I think before it's all said and done, the usual suspects, Garrett, TJ, guys like that, I think they'll be up in there. But right now, today, Nick Bonito, he's playing hella ball. So there's your sack. Dorrance Armstrong. Wow. That's surprising. Aiden Hutchinson, torn ACL last year. Guys get healthy, they come back, they get the opportunity. Brian Burns, and he plays on the same defense with Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau. So it helps when you got guys like that on the other side of you. So
right.
Devin Lloyd, he's a linebacker, 4 interceptions. Linebacker with 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Jordan Brooks with total tackles, and of course Nick Bonito, like we just said. So there's all your defensive statistical leaders. And there he is.
I just like to back up at the trajectory of his playing right now.
Today.
Yep, as of today, through week 5.
Gotta stay healthy. Gotta stay healthy.
He is a problem.
Yeah, he is. And they just paid him, and they paid him. I think he's making like $25 million a year, like as compared to like Micah and TJ and Myles Garrett. So you got him on a good deal. He's a young player. And this just goes to show you players, you can still make good money. I want to be the highest paid. Okay, that's great. But now I can't pay guys around you to help you make you look better. So
right.
Take this as a learning experience. What we got next?
Okay. We have our rookie rushing yards leaders and our rookie receiving yards leaders. I couldn't find the rookie quarterback one. I apologize for that, but I just wanted to show what these rookies are doing.
Yeah, I think
Ashton Denny. Can you imagine if he played with a better offensive line team.
and quarterback that they respected because no one respects because nobody respects Geno Smith and Quinshon Judkins. This guy. Look, if I don't care who's going to be the starting quarterback of the Browns, but if you can find your franchise quarterback and you can get rid of that Watson contract, you got a franchise running back. I don't know if I believe in Judy or Isaiah Bond. You got your edge rusher. You got the number one shutdown corner.
Judy actually plays better, but he's got to have a quarterback too.
Yeah. So they're putting some things together. If they play this right and you can get rid of Watson and you find your quarterback, whether it's Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, and you have 2 first-round picks next year, you can really fix your team. And then, we saw Scatterboo last night. He's a problem. We just talked a little bit about Emeka Buka, Ted McMillan, Tyler Warren, the tight end, this year's Brock Bowers, Travis Hunter, 2-way player, and then Mason Taylor. That's Jason Taylor's son and Joy Taylor's nephew.
And look at that face. Look at that picture. Look at that face. Yeah. He looks like a baby in there.
Yeah. That's Joy Taylor. That's Joy Taylor and Jason Taylor. That's Jason Taylor's son and Joy Taylor's nephew. So he's having a good year. So we'll be looking out for the MVP odds right now. Josh Allen, I don't know about that. Okay. Patrick Mahomes.
I think every one of those could be in the running.
Yeah, you ain't got
depending on how it ends out.
We'll see how it goes. This is for our gamblers out there. That's today. We'll see. I don't know if I'd have Josh Allen up that high right now. No, but okay, fine. That's fine. Y'all go.
I think with what Patrick Mahomes is doing with what he's got, I'm really impressed with him. What Baker Mayfield's doing right now, I think he's definitely in the running. Matthew Stafford.
Well, you have to bet $100 to win $150. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good odds. That's not good.
Well, this is only week 5. Well, going into week 6, so
that's not much of a profit. I make more of that on my parlay. Mona, give me some Rocky Bleier players of the week.
So our Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award segment, and this is our players of the week. Defensive players of the week for week 5. We have Nick Benito. We just talked about him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. 4 tackles, 2.5 sacks last game. 2 tackles for loss. And you got Kool-Aid McKinstry. I love his name. I'm sorry. I love his name. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
That is his real name, too.
4 tackles, 3 passes defended, and 2 interceptions. So, then we have our offensive players of the week, and we have C.J. Stroud showing up. He had a really good game, 85.2 completion percentage rate, passed 244 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 143.9 passer rating. So, no arguments there. I mean, this guy he had a hell of a game.
That Ravens defense.
Yep. I mean, he did. He carved them up pretty bad. NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Rico Dowdle. There you go. There's your guy. I mean, I really didn't see you guys letting him go, but I think that I can see why now. Mm-hmm. And he's doing really well with the Panthers right now.
He wanted a lot of money. They were never going to give him. And to be
but
perfectly
he ain't
honest,
getting that money with the Panthers either.
That's what I'm saying though. But with Dallas, he wanted. They're like, we're not giving you that type of. They're paying like Javonte Williams like $2 million. So I mean, you got the 3rd leading rusher in the league for $2 million a year. So I'm not disappointed. I like Rico, but I'm not paying him $6 or $7 million either. So.
But 206 rushing yards, 28 receiving yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. So,
buckle up. And Chuba Hubbard's already been declared out for this game, so he's going to play against the Cowboys this week.
So we have our Week 5 Special Teams Players of the Week, and we have Shamir Dyke.
Deke, I think it's Deke. I think it's Deke.
Is it Deke or Dyke?
Deke.
Okay. DK.
DK, like
There you
DK Metcalf, like DK.
Okay, gotcha. 3 punt returns, 4 kick returns, 136 yards in kick return yards, and 65-yard kick return. I think that was no, he didn't score a touchdown.
No,
He was one tackle. He was one tackle away from running that.
He got them into position for the game-winning field goal.
Right. And then we got Eddie Pinheiro. 14.2 for 2 on point after attempts. 4 field goals, 41-yard game-winning field goal in overtime.
And he's made them forget about their kicker, their old kicker. He was terrible. They were so happy to get rid of his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, nobody care about kickers until you're down by 2 points with like 3 seconds left in the game. Then you love your kicker.
All right, so we got a couple of did you knows. Jamar Chase now has 5 tackles on the season despite not playing defense, all coming after interceptions thrown from his quarterback.
Good job, Jake Browning. Good job.
I had to show this. Congrats to Joe Flacco, who is now playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. But this is all the colors of the rainbow, basically. I mean, there you go. I mean, all the teams he's played for, he has been everywhere. He started out with Baltimore. I remember when they drafted him. Then the Colts, and then the Broncos, and then the Jets, and the Chargers, and the Browns, and
gracious.
Who was that? The
top right. That's his college. That's he went to Delaware, University of Delaware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's anyway, just a sample of all the different colors he's worn.
Yeah, he's a whole.
Hell, he was sitting on the couch eating potato chips when who was it? Was it Denver called him?
No, it was the Browns that called
him.
The
Browns that called him. Said, hey, we need you.
And took him to the playoffs. To the playoffs too.
Yeah, he did.
I think that year, the AFC North.
They beat Houston, didn't they? In the playoffs.
They sent 3 teams to the playoffs. Yeah, they beat up no, they lost to Houston because Houston had all of their had all of their draft picks from the Deshaun Watson trade.
Okay. Jamar. Oh, sorry. Oops. Week 6 games and predictions.
Sounds good. So we're ready to make our predictions.
Yep. I got my paper, got my pen.
Paper right here. Your background.
And we will talk about the Thursday night game. Both of us took the Eagles to win. Marcus lost $700 on this. He's got to start listening to his co-host. He's did this for 3 years in a row. He's going to start listening to his co-host.
Look, Eagles got some in short summary that we're running out of time here. Short summary. The Eagles better fix things real quick. The Giants seem to have a nice little 1-2 punch with Dart and Scout.
First win against the Eagles.
And let's not forget, they get back Malik Neighbors. So they're starting to put some things together. That defensive line's coming together. I think they need another receiver over there to put on the other side of Neighbors, and probably a 1B type receiver, because I think Neighbors, he's going to probably come back. He tore his ACL. So they're going to need a guy who can kind of step up early. So they're probably their first round pick. They're probably going to have to go receiver again, but very entertaining game. No one saw this coming. Now, Angie Sanchez did say, look, Marcus, she even messaged me. She's like, Marcus, it's a divisional game. Marcus is a divisional game. She came on Coffee Talk on Thursday morning. She goes, I'm still picking the Eagles, but I think she said 24-17, 24-21, something like that.
I was there at Coffee Talk too, and I even told you, look, you should not ever go with division rivals
on a Thursday night on a short week, and it just blew up in my face. But no, it's okay, because I'm gonna get my revenge in fantasy football. So it's all okay. I'm gonna take all y'all's money in fantasy. Y'all think y'all got me, seen the last of me, and cheat me out of my damn $700. So we both took the Eagles. We lost. I hate losing on damn Thursday. And I really hate losing $700. Anyways, So we have another overseas game, 9:30 a.m. Make sure y'all get up. Make sure you do your picks. Broncos. Well, they're overseas, but I guess the Jets are the home team. Broncos at Jets, Mona.
I'm taking Denver. I'm gonna say 28-21. I don't know that the Jets score 21. I'm trying to be nice because I love Justin Fields. So,
and I think that pass rush is going to have him running for his life.
But he can do that, and we've seen him do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also going. I'm also going Denver. I'm going to say 28-14. I don't think the Jets will score that many points. Seattle at Jags, Mona.
Look, I'm taking the Jags.
Ooh.
I think coming off that win against the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are better than Seattle. I am going to take the Jags. I think they're kind of on fire right now, and Trevor is playing some good ball. ETN's playing some good ball, and I think the Seattle's defense is one of their issues. So I just think that Jacksonville wins this game. It's at home too, and coming off that win against the Chiefs, yeah, I'm taking the Jags. I'm gonna say 28-24.
I'm also going Jags. They're playing on fire. Now, if this was in Seattle, I'd probably be going a little bit different. But
I might take Seattle if they were playing in Seattle.
With the 12s. I think it'll be a close game. 27-24 Jags. I don't know if they score that many points because Jags defense is playing real good. Did you just say Trevor? Chargers at Dolphins, Mona.
I'm going to take Dolphins.
Ooh.
No, I ain't. No, I
was about to say. I was like, okay.
Every time I take them, they lose. So I'm going to take the Chargers. But every time I've taken the Chargers last 2 weeks and they've lost. So I'm going to say, because they did get Dalvin Cook, although I don't know if he's going to be playing this. Is he playing this weekend?
I don't know. I'm going to start saying, I don't know.
20.
I can't get blamed whenever Mac Jones don't play. I ain't taking the blame.
24-20.
I ain't taking the blame.
Because I told you. I told you.
I didn't know. If I had known, there's lots of time I tell you before. I'm like, Mona, so and so's not playing. We usually have a little brief conversation before the game starts on Sunday mornings.
Right.
What'd you say?
I'm taking 24-21. Chargers.
This is.
Sorry, Jay.
I think this is the damn. I'm gonna go Chargers too. I don't like their run game. I'll say a close game, 21-17 Chargers.
Okay.
Rams at Ravens, Mona.
I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah,
I know that they got some defensive guys coming back, but are they going to be 100%? Probably not. I'm going to, but look, I think what Stafford and Puka Nacua, I gave him a nickname. What Puka Nacua is doing right now, and that defense is a legit defense. Yeah. I like the Rams defense.
Ryan Young, Jared Verse. Don't forget about Devontae Adams. Sometimes we kind of forget about Devontae Adams is on the other side. Too.
Yeah, and he's actually playing some good ball right now.
Yeah, and I'm
going to take the Rams. I don't think it's going to be severe or anything, but I'm going to say Rams 28-13.
See, I think the Rams kill them. I think that Rams defense, and they done lost 2 straight games. I think they would love to just stick a fork in the Ravens. I'm gonna say 31-14. They can't generate any offense, and teams they're just like, we're not letting Derrick Henry beat us.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Colts, Mona.
Colts.
Indiana Jones.
I'm going to say 34 to 15.
Yeah, and we talked about coaches on the hot seat. If they got beat up like that, I think we could start seeing the end of Gannon's ass, which I wouldn't have a problem with. 31 to 12. Cowboys at Panthers, Mona.
I'm going to go Cowboys.
Miles Sanders is out for the year. He's been placed on IR, and Jaden Blue has been declared the number 2 running back in Dallas. I cannot wait to see what this kid can do because I love watching him play at Texas.
I'm going to say 28-21 Cowboys.
I do think that the Panthers are going to fight them a little bit, but I think they get after Bryce Young. I think you're starting to see some of those defenders.
Bryce Young on that defense. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on your defense, and you guys are missing the hell out of Michael Parsons.
Did you see them last week? Clowney looked real good. Clowney starting to come up.
Okay, who was they playing?
Last week, who did they beat last week? I forgot. Damn, I should know that. I don't know, but I'm gonna say I do think that
they'll beat the Jets.
And chasing around Fields all day. Who's a better runner to you, Fields or?
Yeah, but Fields just came back. That was his first game back from his injury too.
True, so. That's true. Mona, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say 28-21 as well. They better buckle up, like you said, with Rico. I'm sure Rico would like to stick it to him real good. Patriots at Saints, Mona.
I'm taking the Patriots. Drake May. Coming off beating a division rival of the Bills last week. I'm going to say 28-9. I'll give the Saints 9 points.
I'm going 28-10 Pats as well. The Brownies versus your Steelers, Mona.
My Steelers because it's in Pittsburgh. We usually split with them. I think home field advantage helps. I'm going to say Pittsburgh. That defense is still tough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 28-24 Steelers.
I'm also going Steelers 24-21. Y'all better that run defense has still been a problem. You better be ready because Judkins, if you don't get him to the ground, he's going to have a really good day. So they better tackle him fast. Titans at Raiders, Mona.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Wow. It's this bad where we got to pick the Raiders and the Titans.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
18-16.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Titans score 16 points. Maybe 18-12. I'm going to say 18-12.
18-12.
Yeah.
The War of 18-12. I'll say Tennessee. Maybe they can keep things going. Yeah, I don't trust Geno Smith.
You saying Tennessee?
They actually played pretty. Nah, I can't. Give me the Raiders. Damn it. 14-10 Raiders. 14-10. San Francisco, the Niners at the Bucks, Mona.
Oh. Look. I picked against San Francisco, and I know they're what, 4-1?
Mm-hmm.
But the Bucks are for real.
Yes, they really are.
And I think that Mac is getting. I think Ayuk is coming back this week.
No. He's not. He's behind schedule. But he's behind schedule. But they do
Um,
get back Jawan Jennings, and I think they get Pearsall back this week, so that helps. But don't forget, Kendrick Bourne's the one who had the good game last week.
I'm
Yeah,
taking Tampa.
okay.
Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield.
Ibuka. Emeka Ibuka.
I'm gonna say 28-24. Tampa.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a
It's in Tampa Bay too. I think that gives the Bucks even,
28-26 Bucks. Bengals at Packers. Packers coming off of their bye week too. All your Steelers are coming off the bye week too.
Yeah.
I think that helps.
I think this could get really ugly. Flacco's probably not going to play this weekend.
If he does, he's going to be a very limited playbook.
Although Flacco's a veteran, and he can probably pick up playbook. He's a smart quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
So he could very well play. I can't play any worse than Browning. I'm going to take. I'm taking the Packers. Jordan Love. I'm going to say 31. 21.
I'm also going Packers 31-14. I think that gets ugly real quick. Ooh, maybe the game of the week, Lions at Chiefs, Mona.
God.
Chiefs need last week without their last week without Rice.
I'm still taking the Lions in a close one. 31-28. And I know it's in Kansas City.
Last week's game was in Kansas City. They lost that damn game too.
Yeah, but they were out to get it against a Jacksonville Jags team that is actually coming alive.
I'm going
We're starting to see what everybody thought Trevor was going to be and what Etienne is actually being. So,
Lions 30-28.
And I agree, Dwayne. The Eagles do have a cancer in their locker room, and it's A.J. Brown. I think A.J. wants out of Philly. I think A.J. knows that if you stack the box and you stop the run against the Eagles, Jalen Hurts can't beat you in the air.
Nope.
Who are you taking, Lions or Chiefs?
I said Lions 30-28. Bills at Falcons, Mona.
Something is going on with the Bills. I don't know exactly what it is. I think they took the Patriots too lightly. I think they're going to be ready to play against the Falcons. I'm going to take the Bills. 24-18.
I'm also going Bills. I don't see them losing again, but I think that the Falcons give them a fight. They got some offensive firepower, and the Bills have a problem stopping run. You got to see Bijan. Bijan needs to touch the ball at least 25 times in this game, but I'm still going to go 30-20 Bills. And Monday night, Bears at Commanders, Mona.
I got to look that up quick. I think the Bears are coming off their bye, right?
They are. I got to start damn Caleb Williams this week.
And Commanders. Is Scary Terry playing this weekend?
Nope. No.
So he's already ruled out.
But Jaworski Merritt, that's his name. They call him Bill, the running back, the rookie running back. He's having a good year. And Debo's kind of, he's playing well. I'm
going to take the Commanders because then in Washington. I'm going to go ahead and take the Commanders. 28-21.
I'm also going to go Commanders in a close game. 24-21 Commanders. I have more faith in Jaden Daniels. Look, this is a battle of the number 1 pick from last year versus the number 2 pick from last year. I think Jaden Daniels would like to kind of be like, I should have been number 1, but you shouldn't have been, because if you would have went to the Bears, then you would have had to go to the Bears and get your career ruined. So that's all. That's all the picks.
Because we got the Vikings and the Texans.
Vikings.
I'm glad the Vikings are having a bye, because they played 2 out of the country games in the last 2 weeks. They needed a break.
No doubt about it. So
okay,
my Alpha Chicks, all female fantasy football league.
This is Alphabet's Pick'em League leaderboard.
Oh, okay. Damn, yeah, like it says up top. Eddie V. Hill, 54-24. Who's Bo Nix for the win? That's what
Gary has 2 games that he didn't pick his picks.
When you screenshot it, it doesn't get the names on here. I don't know who all of these people are. Barbados Eagles. Eagles 92. That's
for the win. Eagles 92 is Gary.
Tito
is in 4th, and I'm in 5th. And Brent Davis.
Michelle Romero.
Yep, and Angela.
Angela Miraz, Ace, and Jessica Askew. That's my brother-in-law's wife, Jessica Askew. So we got the ladies. The ladies are up in here, fellas. Man, we got to get it together. The ladies. We got what? Mona
Romero.
Oh, Bo Nix for the win is Autumn. Amber Autumn. That's Autumn.
Oh, okay.
So that's 1, 2,
3, 4.
Michelle Romero.
5 women.
Angela, 5. Look, 50-50. The ladies are representing. And then my Alpha Chicks. My Alpha Chicks out there, all female fantasy football league. We got the battle of the undefeated this week. Angie versus Lily. They 5-0. Somebody's O's got to go this week. I'm gonna be peeking in on that. Autumn just trying to take everything. She won all the jerseys. She up there in picks. She up there in fantasy football. Kristen Moon, that's Brad's wife. Brad White's wife. Mika Toilette, and then Diamond in the Rough. I think that's Consuelo Romero. So congratulations to all the ladies out there for that Alpha Chicks. Ooh, I swallowed a damn flaming hot sunflower seed. Went down the wrong pipe. Get your Alphabets Football Show merch. Make sure you make your arrangements. 27 short sleeve t-shirts, 37 long sleeve t-shirts, 52 hoodies. Get you a couple of hoodies. It helps us out. Make your arrangements for the Alphabets Football Show. Rise Up Family meet and greet, April 23rd to the 25th. Mona, last word.
Just want to tell everybody we appreciate you, continuing to show us support. Missed a few people tonight, but it's Friday night. Hey, we know end of the week, sometimes you just want to let your hair down and go out and enjoy your night. And hopefully you guys will catch us on YouTube and watch us watch the show. But we appreciate all your support.
And catch some of the clips. Dwayne said he's going to take some of these clips. I know it's hard sometimes to watch a 2-hour long show, but if you could at least watch the clips, that helps too. So check me out over there. And Mona will be over there too. She's got access to it. I need to give you the password for that. At Marcus the Alphabets on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok. I just did it.
I got TikTok. I
Okay,
just,
well,
I just subscribe and follow. So
okay, so we'll be over there. Some of this show, Dwayne, he already said he's going to put some of this show over there. So if you can't watch the entire show, at least watch the damn intro, because the intro is really good. Mona puts a lot of effort into that. So make sure you're watching Monday through Thursday, Alphabet's football show, Coffee Talk, World Class Wednesdays with myself and Andre Torch Robinson, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Thursday morning pregame show.
Thursday, we're trying to do that. Me and Dre, we come out. One of these days, I'm gonna get Mona when she don't have the babies. I'm gonna get you, Mona.
Well, Thursdays they're in school, so you know.
Okay, well, maybe this Thursday you can come on to the show, because we're on StreamYard there, and then we're live on TikTok there too. So, me and Dre are usually there. I'm gonna try to get Mona on there. Okay, appreciate everybody. Thank you for all the love and support. Everybody who comes through and all that good stuff. My condolences to Melissa. I know you're going through some stuff. I'm not going to put all your business out there, but we're thinking about you. And congratulations to my brother-in-law on his new job overseas. Okay, be safe over there. Have a great night, everybody. I'll be back on Monday morning. See ya.
Yeah, what can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners. I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through. Rose gold in my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the sad, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping next. So for the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy.